Okie dokie, peeps. Corsair Lapdog. Now, 110 quid. And it made me think that it was a bit expensive for a tray. Right?
Come in. I could seat you by the fire. Listen. There's something I must confide. I know I said that it'd be fine. I know I made it look like it'd be alright, but I think I learned my lesson, and I'm not gonna let you out of my sight. You can call me killer, 'cause I'll bring you to the light. And it might taste bitter when you're answering to God. You can call me killer as you look into my eyes. Nothing but a sinner. You won't get.
Okay then, so we've got it out, and essentially what you get is you've got lots of screws that you can take out, and I'm just going to take the top cover off and the mouse pad off just so that I can show you inside. Now on this one you can see that you've got two USB 3s here. There we go, two USB 3s, and then round the back you've got the power cable, USB 3 there, and then you've got another two USB 3s on the side. So this is your USB 3 hub. This is so that you can have stuff connected on the outside. You can also have stuff connected on the inside, because essentially what this is, it's not really, well, it's a very posh tray, because your keyboard goes in this section here, and if you've got a K65 it goes in there, and if you've got a K70 it goes there, because it'll only fit the K65 or the K70. It's specifically designed for those. This little area at the back is where your cables can go in, and then that goes all into, you've got your hub and everything. You can have your mouse on the side with the cable going in, and if you've got a wireless headset you can put that in the side. So it's all meant to house it. Something that I thought was really cool is you've got the pad which sits on your legs. Well, it's magnetic, so it actually snaps into place, but you can take the pad, which is a nice soft pad, look, off as well, which is all quite cool. But I suppose really what I should do is put a keyboard in it so that we can have a look. Well, that was really actually quite simple. I didn't really have to take much off at all, and it just snaps into place. And it all sits in and lines up, and then I suppose I put the cables in, and that's going to hold it all in. That's quite cool. Going to be using the M65 Pro. It's the RGB FPS mouse, 12K DPI, 16.8 million colours, blah 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 blah. We all love the M65, or at least I know I do. Right, new box. So nice. It's just a shame that the sides aren't black anymore, although my original one used to get really dirty. Sails on the back, all RGB illumination all around it. Next up, headset, because you're going to need a headset, and woohoo! This one is the wireless one. So with the wireless one, what we can do when we bust it open is
I'll bring you to the light, and it might taste bitter when you're answering to God. You can call me killer as you look into my eyes. Nothing but a sinner. You won't get away.
they have two choices with a wireless headset, because obviously a wireless headset's good because we're going to be miles away from our PC, on the sofa or on our bed or something like that. So what we can do is you get the wireless dongle. Now you can obviously just have this plugged into your PC, and that's not going to matter. But what you can do is you can have your PC set up to have speakers on your telly or on your TV or your monitor or whatever like that, and then when it picks up the wireless dongle going in the side of your lapdog, it will then, you can set your system up to then switch to the headset, which will then mean that when you take it out, it will go back to the default speakers, which will be really good, like your telly or whatever. Click that in, bosh, it'll pick it up and it'll go, oh, okay, we're switching to the headset, which is great. Also, if you're running it like this, or you've got this connected to your PC, it's not going to matter. If the batteries start to die, you've got the cable that you charge the headset with anyway. That can also get plugged in the side, so that you get you've got a power source on your lap. This is all good stuff. Okay then, so quick recap. You have a plate at the bottom which is magnetically held on, and it's your comfy pad that sits in between your legs, gives you a nice comfy surface, and there's magnets all through it which the top snaps into. This is all very cool. The keyboard will work with a K65 and you get a little bit of a gap. I like the K65 one because you can kind of put your phone on it and keep an eye on it as well. Or you can use the K17, you just remove this little plate here. It's literally held in with a couple of screws. You take this plate off, which is where you can put all your cables, and then underneath here you have a USB 3 hub. Now the USB 3 hub, you have the connector on this corner with the power cable, and then that's your input. You have two external ones here, and there's two internal ones on the inside. On the inside I've got one for the mouse and one for the keyboard. The two outside ones, you could be charging your phone, you could use anything on it really. You've got the spare backup charge for your headset. If you've got a wireless headset, you can always use the dongle for your headset on this as well, like I've already explained. You do get the power cable, which you do need the power because that helps power the USB hub and stuff. So you've got that, and then you've also got an extension lead. It's a 3-meter extension lead, and then you've got your USB 3 in and out, and then you've also got a male and female end for your power cable as well. So you get a nice big long power cable to be able to run everything off as well. But you do need to remember that you're going to need to plug one in your PC and one into the actual power as well. Okay, so I've got mine set up like I said to you before, and there we go. Right, so I've got the wireless dongle in the side, and when I've been sat in my villain's chair, I've not really had a problem with the dongle being there. My phone does keep slipping off down the side of the pad itself, but otherwise it's actually really quite comfortable. And to be honest with you, you do kind of adapt to it really quickly. I did think that the mouse pad felt a bit hard as well, but because of the pads on the underside of the actual mouse itself, it actually glides really nicely, and I've never particularly liked hard mat before. So it's one of those ones where you just kind of get in, settle in, forget the world around you, and just kind of get on with it, really. This chair, maybe not so great because of the way that the arm sits, although it's almost like a little armrest. So wait, hang on a minute, look at, essentially what I've got at the moment is right underneath the camera, I've got my screen set up on a little table, and it's just, essentially I'm just running around really badly doing one of the levels that I always use. Oh, hang on, let me do it. Right, so doing one of the levels that I always use for the review benchmarking. So I was just running around doing that to try it in the old villain's chair, and to be honest with you, I think I've ended up, before I did it, Yeah, I've been here for about 45 minutes. So I think really it's now time to... Okay, so front room environment. I have found that I've had to mess around and kind of get comfy and get used to it because it is the first time, and I've preferred it slightly further forward on my lap so that I can still get at the keys nice and easily. The mouse feels pretty good, although the edge of the actual like lapdog box, I do find myself keep catching my the back of my palm on that. I wish it was a little bit smoother on that point in that respect. I think it's kind of to give you kind of a bit of like stop the mouse sliding off basically. So I do understand why it's there. I'm just, yeah, you know, me, too much info. But anyway, so on the old sofa, it's good. I'm not sure I'd be able to sit too far forward for very long, but sat back with it on the front, it's good. It does actually feel really comfortable. It's really weird how quickly you get used to it. But it's not just a sofa that you're going to be using in your front room, maybe, is it? Or your man cave? And I have to say, when you get it in your big wing-back granddad's chair and you can get the sides up and it's actually off my legs at this point, but obviously that's not really the point about it, but you get what I'm trying to say. When you get it to this point, literally all it needs is a beer can holder. But then there are people that have these in their bedroom maybe, and they go to the ultimate level of laziness. And when you go full retard gaming, this is what you get. You're in your bedroom, you set up. If you're like me, I've actually been dragging the rig around and I've now got it hooked up literally just behind the camera, chilling in my bedroom where the magic doesn't happen, obviously. But other than you have to kind of get your pillows all set up so you can get comfy. But once you have, you're away with it. It's nice and comfy. The pad on the bottom really works. And believe it or not, initially, like a few hours ago when I first started using this, the edge on the mouse pad that I said it's ever so slightly raised does annoy you. But then you get to the point where you realise it stops your mouth from keep falling off when you're looking for something or picking your phone, and it does actually serve a really good purpose. So the long and short of it is, let me take the headset off. Right, so the long and short of it is, with the Lapdog, I would say that it's better with the K65 unless you use the number pad all the time when you're gaming, or it's going to be the type of thing where you're going to be using it for your normal work on your lap or something. And that is the most critical thing. A lot of people kind of see this as being a pointless product. It's not a pointless product at all. It's got an amazing point to it, but for very, very few people. And the very, very few people, and that is, do you need your keyboard, your mouse, and access to USBs on your lap from your sofa, your chair, your bed, or something like that? A lot of people now are running rigs, you know, with TVs connected at the end of the bed so that they can do some gaming. And if you are one of those people that's trying to make that leap, get into the keyboard side of things, or you want something a little bit more sturdy so you're not kind of balancing it on your knee, or you've got an old tray or something, then the £109 for this will actually make a lot of sense to you. But you also need to factor in the fact that you then need to buy the keyboard, and it's got to be a Corsair keyboard. Hello, Seagull. A Corsair keyboard, and you don't necessarily have to have a Corsair mouse or a Corsair headset, but you know, for those of you out there with OCD that are going to want it all to match, they are doing bundles, so I would give that a look. But so if you take just the keyboard and the pad into account, you're going to be looking at about £200, which is an awful lot of money to invest. But I think for those of you out there that actually want or need something like this, suddenly that £200 is just going to make so much sense. It is an awful lot of money, but really, and the honest and best way to put it is, as far as these go, and we have looked at a few of them on the website, and if you do click the link to go to the main review, my colleague Brian did this before I got my hands on one. It is really the best option that you've got on the market at the moment. So yes, it's eye-wateringly expensive. I'm not going to say that they take advantage of you for it, but you know, the build quality is actually great. Although, do you know what I mean? It's just one of those ones where you do pay a little bit more money for it because they're not going to sell loads and loads and loads and loads of them because it is a very niche market. So I'm going to leave you to think about it. I've actually really enjoyed it. You know what I mean? I might just try and do some work in here from now on, like get, you know, writing on the old reviews and all that type of stuff. But anyway, that's my video of the Bulldog. We've obviously used the Void wireless and the K65 as well, which all kind of match as well. And I do love the fact that with all this RGB stuff now in the Q software, you can sync all the lighting up as well. That is brilliant. But anyway, I'm going to get back to it. You can stop, and I will speak to you all, or I will be back soon.